Okay, so enough with the chit chat and let's start the review. Shim, would you
Yes.
like to do the review or shall I ask Bezat?
I reviewed it. The first one is packet of something. It's the opportunity of doing something, or the next one was deal.
No,
Is a
pockets of
form of.
opportunity didn't mean opportunity of doing something.
Mm-hmm.
What did it mean? I explained it last session.
Yeah. Opportunities that do not exist everywhere.
Yes, just
Like,
some places, in some situations. Yes, go on. Uh-huh. Hello?
buy and sell.
Excuse me. I
And
thought you were breaking up. Hello?
the next
Mm-hmm.
word is deal.
Yes.
In the name form, it means that buy and sell.
Yeah, it's in the noun form.
Noun form.
Yes.
And the next one is to be had.
Uh-huh.
It has too many. It's a passive infinitive,
Mm-hmm.
and it means available.
Mm-hmm.
And one of my example was a lot of workouts movie to be had on YouTube channel.
Yes, very good.
The
Say
next
one of
one.
my examples, Shirin. After
Mhm.
one of,
Okay.
you use a plural noun. One of the
Yes.
people, one of the students, one of my examples. Go on.
Mhm. The next one is savvy.
Yes.
And it's knowledge. It means that knowledgeable.
It means knowledgeable.
And
No, Shirin, not it
it
means
means.
that knowledgeable. No, it means knowledgeable.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. And the next one is take advantage of.
Mm-hmm.
And it's one of my examples was I don't take an advantage of my situation,
Yes.
and it had two negative and positive means.
No, meanings. Meanings.
Meaning.
Yes.
The next one is upward to, and it means that you have money or the time to do something.
Yes.
And the verb that we use for coma is wake up from coma.
Yes. This is one of the
Uh,
verbs that we use. Yes.
mhm,
Mm-hmm.
mhm. And the next one is to be out of for the count.
No,
For
out
the
for the
count.
count, not out of. Out for the count. Yes.
Out for the count, and you exampled about boxing.
No, you gave
And
an example of boxing. You gave an
you
example.
gave an example of boxing, and
No, Shirin, actually, that expression comes from boxing. My example was the actual example. You see, it comes from boxing. And now we use it nowadays to mean that someone is deep asleep or unconscious or in a coma, and it's informal.
yeah. Okay, and the next one is claim. It means that kill.
In that context, it means kill. Yes.
Kill. And the last one was in turn that I had a lot of problems to understand it, and always they thought rub my nose in it.
Yeah, rubbed your nose in what? In the fact that he could make sentences and you couldn't, huh? That's it.
Yes, yes.
Very good.
And right now I rub Behzad's nose in review.
Yes, or in the fact that you can do the review. But it's not
Yeah.
rubbing his nose because he can do the review too. He should do something that
Yeah.
he cannot do. Then you can rub his nose in it. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, good.
And that was it.
How do
That
you say,
was that.
okay, or it is correct too. That was it, that was that. And how do you say rub someone's nose in something in Persian? Do we have an equivalent? Not translation, just an equivalent.
rub someone's nose in it.
Yeah, what do you do in such situations?
پوز دادن؟
نه
نه
که فرصت از یکی دیگه گرفت.
No, 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 not that.
Um,
No, it doesn't mean that.
uh,
See, it's something
mhm,
that you can do, but someone else cannot
mhm,
do. Not because you rob them of the opportunity. No, it doesn't mean that. I just gave you an example. I
mhm,
said that last session, Bezat said that one of his dreams is to have a Mercedes. And I said, okay,
mhm,
Bezat tells me that he wants to have a Mercedes, but he cannot afford it. He doesn't have the money. So
mhm,
what do? I go and buy a Mercedes and show it to Bezat and say, see, this is my
پوز
Mercedes.
دادن.
show up.
No, not show up. See, this is when I'm rubbing his nose in it. This is something I can do. Behzad cannot do. I have the money to buy a Mercedes. Behzad does not have it.
پوز دادن؟
نه دیگه show up.
Yes, you could say that. Very good. Poz dadan. Yes. I think also da da dadan. Do we say that? Dadan?
دق دادن.
No, not dadan. No,
دق دادن.
dag. Do we say that? I think I've heard such a thing. But poz dadan is good too. But poz چیزی که یکی دیگه نداره, okay? So, because
Okay.
most of the times you cannot have the exact equivalence. When you say poz dadan, but pay attention to the fact that it must be something that someone else, the person whose nose you're rubbing in it, cannot do. It's important that they cannot do, or at least at that moment they cannot do it. اوکی؟ چون میگیم پوز دادن ترجمهش میکنیم پوز دادن، بعد پوز دادن خیلی جنرال تره تو فارسی. شما ممکنه پوز یه چیزی رو به یکی دیگه بدید، اون آدمی نباشه که بخواد الان پوزشو بده، ولی داره اون چیزو، اون توانایی رو داره. ولی رابینگ وانز نوز باید نداشته باشه و نتونه، حداقل در اون زمان نتونه. ولی خب دیگه حالا ترجمه مشکلش اینه. Okay, so Behzat, would you please start reading the title?
Yes. On your masks, get set, cover up, Britain.
Yes, very good. On your masks, get set, cover up, Britain. What does it mean? And does it remind you of anything? This title. Does this title remind you of anything?
Yeah, apparently it is. It has something to tell us about the coronavirus and the obligation of wearing masks during these days, almost in all countries. And yeah, it's about it, I think, wearing and preparing to wear facial masks.
Yes, yes.
And actually it's about Britain.
Yes. But does this title remind you of something?
On your masks, get set, cover up.
I'll give you a hint. I'll give you a hint. Last session, we had an expression to be out for the count from a boxing match. This title is a play on something that in running races, they say. Have you ever watched running races? Shirin, if you know the meaning, you can say it too.
I used to be a runner.
Yeah, really? Well, that's good. Great.
Yes, yeah, 100 and 200 meters.
In how many minutes?
100 meters in 11.4.
That's a good record, huh?
11 points. For medical students Olympiad. I think because I won 3 medal
Oh,
on
I
that
see.
time.
Good. You won
Yes,
3
yes.
medals. Gold medals?
Medal, yes. 1 gold medal, 2 gold medal, and 1 bronze.
Bronze, yes,
Bronze, yes,
bronze. And it's the
yes.
Olympics. In Persian, we say Olympiad, but in English, it's the Olympics. Okay? The
Olympics,
Olympics, as far as I know.
Olympia. I think it's Olympiad.
Really? For
I think
sports?
so.
Okay, I will
For
check it. For sports, because you said you were a runner.
yeah. For students, I think it's Olympiad, but Olympics. It is they
Yes.
competition that takes place every 4 years.
Every 4 years. This
Yes.
if it's for students on a similar
Yes.
educational level, well, I'm reading it
Yes.
on a
Yes.
dictionary. Olympiads are the
Olympiad.
means for students to compete with other students on an educational level. Such exams promote
Yes.
the
Yes.
learning of skill subjects like mathematics, science, computer technology. So Olympiads for sciences, not for sports, as far as the dictionary
It's not
says.
used for sports.
No, in the dictionary, it's for, we say Olympiad Riyazi, Olympiad Adabi, that's for science. But if it's sports, it's the Olympics.
Yeah.
Well, I can see it here.
Olympics.
But if you find something that says Olympiad
Yes.
is for used for sports too, please share, okay? Because I've always thought so, and I just checked it in just one dictionary. So I cannot say definitely,
Yeah.
but
Thank
as
you.
far as I know, Olympiads is for educational purposes, but Olympics is
Yes.
for sports. But okay, so
For sports.
you were a runner, so you know what they
Yeah.
say at the beginning of a running race. What do they say before the runners start running?
In Farsi they say به جای خود
Very good.
حاضر رو.
Very good.
حاضر
به جای
رو.
خود.
But in English,
They say on your marks. And in here,
on
there's
your
a play.
marks.
There's a play. They say on your masks.
Yes. Yes.
On your marks.
Yes. Yes.
Get set.
Get set.
Go. Okay?
Yes.
So
Yes.
this is a play
Yeah.
on this. On your marks. Get set. Go.
On your.
So the writer of this column, of this article, played with this and said, on your masks, get set, cover up. You know what cover up means? Cover up your face with a mask.
Yes.
Okay, and
Yes.
at
Yes.
the end, Britain. So the writer is talking to British people, all the people in Britain.
Yes.
Says, on your masks, get set, cover up. You see a lot of this playing with words and expressions on article titles in newspapers and magazines. Okay, so what was that in Persian? You said به جای خود, huh? And
به
then
جای خود حاضر رو.
حاضر رو, which means run. Okay, on your marks.
Yes.
Marks is به جای خود. Why? Because there are these marks on a lane that shows runner number 1, 2, 3. Each of them are marks. So you must set your position. You should make sure that you're on the right lane. If you're number 2, you must be on lane 2. Am I right? I don't know that about running.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so would you please read sentence number 1?
Yes. By Jason Groove's political editor.
Yes.
Wearing a mask will be compulsory in all shops, stations, banks, and post offices from today.
Okay.
Detailed
Wait. From today.
regulations.
That's enough, dear. So wearing a mask will be compulsory. What's compulsory in English? Give me an equivalent or explain the meaning.
Compulsory, obligatory.
Very good.
Obligatory.
Very good. Now explain it. What does it mean when we say that it's obligatory or it's compulsory. What does it mean?
When something is compulsory, you have to do it, or it means you are not allowed to decide whether to do it or not.
Very good.
It's
Excellent.
something that,
Yes.
it's a must.
It's a must. Very good. What is the opposite of compulsory? If something is yes.
Yes.
Yeah, in English, not Persian.
Yes, I know. Compulsory.
I'll give you a hint.
I forgot.
You can say داوطلبانه.
Voluntarily.
Yeah. Voluntarily is the adverb. Here, compulsory is the adjective. I want the adjective, which is
Voluntary.
Yes, voluntary.
Voluntary.
Yes.
Voluntary.
Yes.
Voluntary.
Voluntary is the adjective. Voluntarily is the adverb. So wearing a
Yes,
mask will be
voluntary.
compulsory in all shops, station, banks, and post offices from today. Okay. Now,
Yes.
the next sentence, please.
Detailed regulations published last night revealed that the new rules go beyond just shops and also require people to cover their faces in all transport hubs, shopping centers, and petrol stations.
Yes, very good. So detailed regulations. What does regulations mean, Bezat?
Regulations means the rules.
Yes, very good. Rules. Yes, rules.
Yeah.
That's very good. Published last night. Is this sentence reduced? And if it is, what was the
Yes.
whole sentence?
Detailed regulations which were published last night.
Okay, very good. Excellent. So published last night, revealed that. What does reveal mean?
Showed.
Very good. Revealed. What is the adjective of revealed?
Adjective.
Yes.
Adjective. Revealed. No. Relevant.
No.
No. Revealed. I don't know.
Shireen? Just guess. Doesn't matter. Guess. Say something.
Revealed.
Revelation.
No. Shen is for nouns, usually for nouns. I want the adjective. And that is revelation is something else. Okay, I'll tell you. It's revealing.
Revolved.
No. That's something else. Revealing. What does revealing mean? Bezat?
Something that can make something more clear.
Okay, good example. Okay, good definition. Can you give me an example?
Yeah.
Have you heard it before or not?
Yes.
Okay.
For example, can we say revealing documents?
Yes, very good. Yes. Also, Shirin, how about you? Have you heard this word before? Revealing?
Yes, but
do you remember any
didn't
examples?
Pay attention.
You never paid attention.
No.
Okay, I'll give you an example. One context in which they use revealing is for clothes. Usually clothes that women wear. Some piece of clothing might be revealing. What does it mean when a piece of clothing is revealing? Shirin, you answer.
Piece of clothes is revealing.
Piece of clothing.
Piece of clothing is revealing.
Yes. A piece of clothing means like a skirt. A skirt is a piece of clothing.
Yes.
A coat is a piece of clothing. So a revealing skirt, for example.
A revealing skirt.
So, what is the question?
What does it mean? What is the meaning of a
What does
revealing
it mean?
piece of clothing?
Revealing skirt, for example, when you see something, for example, a skirt, maybe based on the shades and color and the
No, 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 it doesn't mean
details of
that.
that skirt, you can find something that will reveal something to you.
Okay,
New
that was a good
design.
definition, yes, but it's a long definition. You can give a
Yes.
simpler one. And I said it's
Yeah.
usually used for women. Women clothing can be revealing. They don't usually say it for men.
New
Revealing?
design.
Excuse me?
New design of
No,
clothing.
yes, it is related to the design, but what is it exactly? I'll give you a hint. In Iran, because we have the compulsory hijab rule, women have to
Yes.
cover their body completely from head to toe.
Yeah.
And they cannot wear revealing clothes.
Oh, yes, yes. I know. Revealing clothes, kind of clothes that, for example, some parts of one's body is, is obvious
Very
or
good,
is
very good. It's revealed.
clear.
It's shown, yes.
Revealed, yes.
Revealed.
Revealed, yes.
Sometimes, for example, you wear something and someone tells you, okay, that's not appropriate for this office. It's revealing. Okay, it means that maybe the skirt is too short, or maybe the blouse is too open, or it has an open collar or something. Revealing clothes.
Revealing clothes.
Clothes.
Yeah, thank you
Okay.
very much.
You're welcome, dear. So, where were we? Revealed that the new rules go beyond just shops. Besat, what does it mean to go beyond something?
To go beyond means on when something uh, exceed the limitations.
Very good. Excellent. Very good. Exceed the limitations. You're really getting good at guesses. You make good
Yeah,
definitions. That's great. Thank you.
yeah. Since I put my dictionary away,
Yes.
yeah,
And you're using your own
I
dictionary. All the things that you've
yes,
learned during all these years. Seriously, I'm not joking, really.
yes,
Because you've learned so
yeah,
much, both you and Shirin. If you put away the dictionary, then you can use all the knowledge that you have in your own minds.
yeah.
So, just
Thank you very much.
you're welcome, dear. Goes beyond just shops and also require people to cover their faces in all transport hubs. What's a transport hub, Bezat?
Maybe in I know transport hubs. Maybe it is it is saying about buses, cars, and or any transportation system. But when we have here
Okay,
hubs, maybe
wait.
it is a
Bezat, I'll give
closed.
you a hint. First of all, this is Daily Mail. This newspaper is called Daily Mail, and it's
Yes.
published in Britain. It's not an American
Yeah.
newspaper, okay? We've used American
Publish
newspapers before. And as
Oh,
you
it
know, in
means
British English,
station.
the words and some grammar rules are different from American English, okay? So,
it means a station.
yes, say it loudly, please. Hello?
Hubs, it means a station.
Yes, very good. Excellent. Yes.
Yeah.
See, I think, Behzad, you mistook this one for the vehicles, right?
Yes. Yes.
No, it doesn't mean vehicles. Shirin is right. It means the stations, bus stations, train stations. And this is
Yes.
the
Yes.
word that British people use. Americans might say
Yes.
terminals, for example. But in
Yes.
British English, they call it transport hubs. That's the plural of
Hubs.
transport
Yes.
hub. Shopping centers and petrol stations. What's a petrol station, Behzad?
gas station,
Yes.
or
Shirin, don't do it.
when we
Okay, it's Bezat's turn now. Okay, so gas station, yes. But just because this newspaper is British, you see the British equivalents here. Americans say gas
yes,
station. British people say
gas station.
petrol stations. Yes, very good.
Yes.
Okay, Shirin, now your turn. Would you please read the next paragraph and sentence?
Yes. Even customers entering banks where face covering are normally discouraged will be required to don a mask.
Yes, very good. Even customers entering banks. Is this sentence reduced? And if it is, what was the whole sentence?
Even customers who are entering banks.
Yes, or who enter banks. It could be present simple too. Who enter banks where face coverings are normally discouraged. What does discourage mean in here?
Face covering or normally discouraged.
The opposite of courage.
Yes, but what is the opposite of courage exactly? Of course, this is not the opposite of courage, Beza. This is the opposite of encourage. Okay, because discourage is a verb. We have encourage,
encourage,
and we have discourage.
Yeah.
Normally
It wants to say
typical.
it wants to say in banks they want to see the face of people,
Very good.
and because of the identification and stuff like that, and because of that it is something that is discouraged in banks.
Yes, I know that you know the meaning. That was a good definition, but I need a better definition. So exactly what do they do when they discourage covering the face in a bank? What do they do? Not now. Forget about the coronavirus. Just suppose that is a normal time.
It is forbidden, or it is banned.
Very good.
To use face masks.
Very good. So
in
they
banks.
forbid it. They prevent from it. When you discourage something, you prevent it. Okay? Of course, discourage can be the opposite of encourage, but not in here. What do you do when you encourage something or someone? Shirin, what do you do when you encourage someone? What do you do? When you encourage someone, what do you do? No, Shirin, just Shirin.
When
Let Shirin, okay? You can say it in Persian too, Shirin. What does encourage mean?
تشویق کردن.
Okay, very good. Now, what does discourage mean? Again in Persian. When you discourage a person.
سرزنش کردن.
Okay. Yes, you could say that, but not exactly. Bezat, how about you? Do you have a good example in Persian?
Yeah, in Persian, yeah. When we encourage someone to do something, we try to talk them into
Very good.
something.
Very good. Excellent. Talk them into something. And when you discourage them?
The opposite. We try to
use the same expression. Talk.
Yeah, talk them out of
Very
something.
good. Yes, talk them out of something. ناامید کردن از یک کاری. Okay, but not always that. It also means to encourage them, as you said, to talk them out of something means to encourage them to do the opposite. So when I discourage wearing a mask, it means that I'll try to tell you to do the opposite. Okay? Don't wear it. For example, you discourage your child from smoking. What do? You tell them not to do it, to do the opposite of it. Don't smoke. Don't smoke. Okay? You discourage someone from doing something too. You can do that. So we're face coverings are discouraged. It means that banks ask you not to do it, not to cover your faces. Or banks ask
Yes.
you to do the opposite of covering your faces. That's uncovering it. Okay? Discouraged will be required to don a mask. Shirin, do you remember this verb? We had this before, to don a mask.
Don a mask.
Yes.
Um,
Some sessions ago. Yes,
wearing
very
a
good.
mask.
Wearing a mask. And do you remember Bezat taught us something? I didn't know that. I knew donning a mask, but I didn't know the opposite. And Bezat shared some knowledge about this. Do you remember that, Shirin? Bezat, don't say anything, okay?
Yes.
What was it? What is the opposite of donning?
Doff.
Excuse me?
Doff. Doff.
Yes, doff. Very
Doffing.
good. Donning and doffing was what Bezat told us. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, would you please read the...
You're welcome.
Thank you. Would you please read the next line, Shireen? Just next
Yes.
sentence, not the whole paragraph.
Okay. A failure to comply could result in a 100-pound spot fine. Although police forces have indicated they will only respond as a last report.
No.
As a last resort.
Yeah. Are you hungry again?
No.
Okay. So,
Okay.
as it says, failure to comply. What does comply mean, Shireen, in English? If you don't know the meaning, if you haven't heard it before, just guess.
To obey.
Very good. Excellent. What kind of obey? What kind of abeyance?
Obey the wearing a mask.
Yeah.
And
Obeying,
covering.
yes, in here, but obeying laws, huh? Regulations and laws in general. Do you know any other word for comply? Any other words in English that mean the same thing?
To comply, to follow a rule.
Very good. Follow a rule is a good example. What else? Bezat, how about you?
Failure to comply, failure to obey, failure to follow, failure to...
Not just failure, no, just, I mean the
yes,
word
yes.
comply, yes. I think you must have heard
Accept,
it. Yes?
acceptance.
Not exactly. Acceptance, no. You might accept a rule, but you won't follow it. Doesn't
Yes,
guarantee
yes.
that. I mean something that is an equivalent for comply. Have you heard abide?
Abide.
Yes.
Yes.
Abide by rules. That's what they say in American English. And we have law-abiding people. Law-abiding people.
Law-abiding.
You abide by the rules, so you're a law-abiding person. Shirin, are you a law-abiding person?
No, she isn't.
Okay, don't answer for her. Let her. Shirin, are you a law-abiding person?
No.
Okay. How about
Not
Behzad?
at all.
Is he a law-abiding person? No.
The only, yeah.
Are you or
The
not?
only time that I, maybe I am a law-abiding person who is in driving, especially at night when I'm tired. I will exceed the speed limitations.
I see.
And I think, yeah, it's about it.
So what is the opposite of abiding by rules and abiding by laws?
Obedient.
That's the same thing. No, the opposite.
Opposite of law-abiding.
Just a verb, not exact opposite in the form of an adjective. No. Abiding by rules, complying by rules, or being a law-abiding person. What is the opposite of it? They say breaking a law or rule or a lawbreaker. So, Behzad, you mean that you're not always a law-abiding person, and most of the time you break the rules, right? Do you?
Law-abiding means someone who follows the rules and regulations.
Yes, it means that. Did you think it means the opposite?
Oh, yes.
I see, okay. So
Yes.
So what did you mean when you said that Shirin is not a law-abiding person?
Yeah.
You meant the opposite, huh?
No. I got the opposite.
Yeah, I was surprised because Shirin seems like a law-abiding person. Both of you do.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're both
Okay.
law-abiding people, except for Behzad,
Yeah,
who breaks the
my
law
mistake.
while that's okay. Who breaks the law when he's driving, right?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. How about Shirin? Shirin, how about you? When do you usually break the law? Break the law.
I don't remember I break a law.
I don't remember breaking a law. I don't remember doing something. After remember, use ing. I don't remember breaking a law. Okay.
Breaking the law.
Okay, good. You must be a real good citizen. Very good. A law-abiding citizen. Okay, Behzad, you said my mistake.
I want to add something.
Yes, sure. Yeah, go on.
What is the correct pronunciation of this word? Failure. It is failure or failure?
Failure. Okay?
Failure, yes.
I've heard failure in American English, but I don't know if failure is also the correct pronunciation. I'm sure that failure is, see, let me type the pronunciation. Failure is what Americans say. Failure, no,
yes,
not failure, no. Failure. Okay, when you say it
failure.
when you say it fast, it seems like you're saying failure, but you're not. If you say failure, it's obvious that's wrong, but you say failure. Fade and year, and it sounds like failure. Like smile.
Yes.
See, it's s and then mile. But when you say it fast, you say smile, and someone hears it as smile, but it's not smile. No, smile. Okay, but well, you were saying something, Behzad. You said my mistake, huh? There's another expression while we were explaining. There's another expression in American English. Instead of my mistake, you hear it a lot among
My fault.
Something else.
My fault.
Something, yeah, my fault is correct too, but I want something else that's more informal.
My flaws?
No, not my flaws. See, when you say my mistake, it's a whole sentence by itself. It's not grammatically a sentence, but you mean that I made a mistake. You don't have to say I made a mistake. You say, oh, I'm sorry, my mistake. But if you say my flaws, no, it doesn't make sense. If I say my fault, it's very serious. You don't say it in this context. For example, Behzad thought that a law-abiding person means someone who breaks the law, but that was wrong. So he says, my mistake. But if he says my fault, it must be something serious to be someone's fault. It's just a mistake, not a fault. Also, my bad.
My bad.
Yeah, it's an expression. They say, oh, sorry, my bad. It means I'm sorry, my mistake. It was my mistake, my bad. It's an expression.
Yes.
Okay, so complying in here, failure to comply, comply by the rules. Failure to comply.
Yes.
Failure to comply. Excuse me, I lost the line. Could result in a 100-pound spot fine. Shirin, We had result in
Yeah.
before. Huh? Result in. You know the
Yes.
meaning of result in. But what is a spot fine?
Spot fine.
Yes.
Fine is something you have to pay
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
for
That is good.
you're breaking a
Very
law,
good.
and you get a
Ticket.
بحثت said,
You get a ticket.
ticket.
You have to pay it.
And
Yes. But what's a spot
spot
fine?
fine.
Besa, don't help. Okay, let her do it on her own.
Spot fine. You take a fine in that place
No.
at the moment.
You're close. Yes. Can you explain more? I want to make sure that you understood it correctly.
For example, you are in the shopping center and you breaking
No, not you
the
breaking.
law.
No, you break the law, or you are breaking the law.
You are breaking the law. For example, for wearing a mask, and in that place, at the moment, you
At that moment. Sure, when you say at the moment, it's different from at that moment. At that moment could be any moment.
and that
It could be in the past, it could be in the future. You're talking about a specific moment. But at the moment means right now. At the moment means right now. So you're talking about at that moment, not at the moment.
At that moment, you got a ticket.
You get a ticket. You're talking about a
You
rule.
get it.
You're talking about a general fact. So use present simple. Yes. It doesn't mean just the place. Spot fine is British. The Americans call it on the spot. Have you heard on the spot before? On the spot?
No.
No? Bezot, how about you?
I know the verb spot and spotting.
No, not that.
But here, I don't know, but I can guess that if you don't follow the rules and obligations, it will result in 100 pound as a, like a ticket. I thought spot here means wants to, convey the place.
Yes, both the place. Shirin was correct. Her definition was correct, but it was not complete. Yan, you're right. It's the place. In that place, the police officer comes and finds you and writes a ticket. On the spot means
Yes.
at that moment in that place. Okay. For example,
Yes,
you were standing on the bridge and you saw someone who committed murder there on the spot, and that moment in that exact place on the spot. Sometimes it means immediately there on that exact spot. Spot also means place. But a spot fine is a bit different. A spot fine is an expression. A spot fine is a fine that you have to pay right away. When you're driving, you break the law, you get a ticket, you don't have to pay. You just put it in your pocket and maybe you'll pay it in a
I
year or
got you.
two. But a spot fine, or in American English, on the spot fine is something that you have to pay right away. You cannot delay. If you do, then the police will go after you, or maybe they'll put you in jail. Okay? So a spot fine. Although police forces have indicated, what does indicate mean, Shireen?
Indicate, have indicated. Show?
Yes, very good.
They,
Yes, very good. They have showed that they will only respond as a last resort. What does this sentence mean, Shireen? They will only
They
respond.
will last resort. They will item last. It's your last time.
No,
You have to show it's your last time
no,
to.
no. It's an expression, okay?
Yes.
Behzad, how about you?
I know the meaning of I know the meaning of last resort. For example, in
Mhm.
medicine, we say for some diseases,
Uh-huh.
for the first stages,
Uh-huh.
we use, medicines.
Mhm.
But if we are not successful,
Mhm.
as the last resort,
Mhm.
we recommend, for example, surgery.
Very good.
This is the meaning of the last
Excellent. So
resort.
that's an
But
excellent explanation. The same goes in here.
yes,
So can you explain it about this 100-pound fine?
Although police forces have indicated they will only respond as a last resort.
Mhm.
I can't get the meaning, I think, right? But I think the police,
Mhm.
if that, for example, person
Mhm.
who didn't follow the rules
Mhm.
and didn't wear face mask,
Mhm.
and now he is he has to pay, for example, 100 pound,
Mhm.
and if he doesn't do that,
Uh-huh.
and in this stage, the police will come and they will respond, I think.
Okay. Can you explain more? What does it mean? And you gave a very good example, Behzad, from medicine. You said that there's a patient
Yes.
who has a disease, and at the first stage, you just recommend medicine, some drugs maybe.
Yes.
If you don't
Yeah.
get the result that you want as a doctor, then you might recommend surgery or maybe chemotherapy. I don't know. So the last
Yeah, as a
resort
last
means
resort.
what? It means that at first you didn't recommend surgery. Why didn't you tell the patient to have a surgery at the beginning and at first? Why? In your field,
Because
just tell me this.
yeah, because
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because surgery can
Uh-huh.
have a lot of side
Very
effects,
good.
and it's not for early
Very
stages.
good. So it has side effects. When do you recommend surgery? When do you recommend surgery?
Last report.
When
Last resort.
Yeah, as a last
Very
resort,
good.
and when we do not have any options.
Very good. Excellent. That's the definition. That is the last resort when you have no other options. It's not the first thing that
Yes.
you do. So when the police
Yeah.
says that they use the fine only as a last resort means what?
Means at first they try to convince
Very
people
good.
follow the rule.
Yes, very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
If it doesn't help,
Mm-hmm.
as the last resort, they can force them to yeah to
Yes.
pay 100 pounds. Yeah.
And go to jail, huh? There's another
Yes.
expression in English. It's a funny one. Of course, in my opinion, it's funny. Um, have you heard anything before I say it? Do you know any equivalence in English for the last
For what?
resort? Last resort.
Uh-huh. Last resort.
Sharing you too, if you know.
No, I don't know.
Can you help?
Give me a hint.
Okay. It includes Mary.
What?
Mary?
Yes, Mary.
No.
No, are you sure? You say that you
I
watched.
have heard
Yes.
Mary,
Yes.
the Mm, no.
No.
Okay. They call it Hail Mary.
Hey, Mary.
Hail. I just typed it. Hail. Hail. What does hail mean in English? You hail a taxi. What does it mean? You're in the street, you need a car, you hail a taxi.
Yell.
Yes? What did you say?
Yell for take taxi.
Yes, you yell, you say taxi, you call the taxi. You wave your hand for a taxi to stop for you. You hail it. A Hail Mary, of course, it's very informal. Don't use it in just any context. A Hail Mary is a last resort. You know Mary, Virgin Mary, Jesus Christ's mother.
Oh, yes.
Okay. So what does it have to do with Mary? Can you guess? A last resort or a Hail Mary? It was a Hail Mary move, they say. It was a Hail Mary. Just guess.
Hail Mary.
Mary is a
Yeah.
religious figure, huh? So when you
Yes,
hail
yes.
her, have you heard in English movies when they dub the movie, they say Ya Maryam Muqaddas. Have you heard it?
Yes,
Yes.
So
yes.
when you do it, when you say that, when you hail Mary, you're asking God to help you. Okay?
Yes.
Okay.
As the last.
Yes, but not, see, when I say the equivalent, it's not the exact equivalent. In some situations,
Yes.
when you're really helpless, when you have nothing else to do to solve the problem, you ask God to help you if you believe in God. Huh? That's a Hail Mary move.
Yes, yes.
You do something, but it doesn't mean going and asking God. No, it's just the meaning of the expression, the face meaning of it. But the actual meaning is doing something that doesn't guarantee success. You just hope that it will be successful. Okay.
Yes.
For example, you have a patient on the table, and the patient is dying. You don't know what to do. There's nothing you can do there that guarantees the patient will survive. But you do something, just something that you can do, and it's a Hail Mary move. Maybe you succeed and you save the patient. Maybe you won't. But that's a Hail Mary move. It's the last thing you could do, which is not very, maybe which is not very logical. It's just something that is a long shot. It's a long shot.
Yes, yes.
You can only hope that it works. It's not a guarantee. But it's not always an exact equivalent of the last resort, but sometimes it is. Okay, you have to pay attention to the context. When you watch a movie,
Thank you.
or when you read something, pay attention to this expression when you come across it and see where they use a Hail Mary move. Okay, so a last resort. Only, okay, we didn't read this part, huh? Behzad, you read the last sentence,
Only,
please.
only young children and people with medical conditions affected by a mask are exempt.
Yes, affected. It's a schwa, it's not a. Okay, it's a schwa. Affected
Yes.
by a mask are exempt. Is the sentence reduced? If yes, what's the complete version?
Yes. Only young children and people with medical conditions who are affected by a mask are exempt.
Yes, very good. Who are affected? Is it passive or active?
Passive.
Okay, what's the active form?
Active form. Yeah. The children and with medical conditions.
No, not that. Just the short form. Just the short form. Don't make the whole sentence.
Who
just the verb.
are affected by a mask. By a mask. خب. Mask.
A mask, yes. A mask.
A mask. Yeah, a mask affected children and I think
So
people with medical
is it
conditions.
past? Is it past simple?
Affect.
Which sentence?
The sentence.
No, no,
Uh-huh.
it is not past. Yes, yes, no.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, a mask affects
Uh-huh. Them. Just
young
them.
children
Yeah, yeah.
and
Forget about the rest.
yeah,
I want the verb. So a
yes,
mask affects them. Now the passive is
yeah.
they are affected by a mask.
They are affected by.
Okay. What does
Yes.
exempt mean?
Exempt means, for example, for military service, someone who is handicapped is, exempt.
Yes,
Or
very good.
yeah, exempt. Yeah,
Okay, how do you say that in Persian? That was a good example.
معاف
Yes,
بودن
very
از
good.
چیزی.
How can you use it as a verb?
To be
Very
exempted,
good.
I think.
To be exempt from
Yes.
something or from doing something. Shirin, would you please make a
Yeah.
sentence with this structure? To be exempt from doing something.
With the exercise, you could be exempt of many diseases. From.
Okay. So
You
say the sentence again.
With the doing doing exercise, you can be exempt from being patient.
Grammatically, it's correct, but doesn't make sense.
Yes.
No, it doesn't make sense. Say something that you can actually be exempt. See, when you say that, it means that someone is making people ill, making them sick, and if they do the exercise they're required, then they're exempt from becoming sick. No, doesn't mean that. It's weird. Say something else. The actual meaning of being exempt from something.
Since last month.
Excuse me? Since
no
last
one
month?
has,
Yes.
Since last month, no one has been exempted from wearing face masks. Yeah,
in the country, or just that, yes. And Shirin, you? Exempt from something.
My daughter thinks she
exempt, yes,
from household chores.
Chores, yes. Chores is the plural form of chore, yes. So she thinks that she's exempt, but she actually isn't.
Yes.
Okay. That was a good example.
She's exempt or she's exempted?
No, she's exempt. I just wrote it. To be exempt from doing something. Exempted?
Exempt.
I haven't heard exempted. Let me check that. Exempted. Did I say exempted?
No, I said exempted, but
I wrote to be exempt
I'm
in
not
here.
sure.
Do you see what I just typed? Exempt is an adjective as far as I know. Let me check if there's a verb version.
To be exempt from doing
Because
something.
to be is the verb. We have the verb. We have the verb too. To be exempted from. Yes, we have the verb too. It can be both to be exempt or to be exempted, as they say. They were exempted from paying the tax, or they were exempt from paying the tax. Both are correct, actually. Well, I didn't know that one. Exempted from something too. to be exempt from something or to be exempted from something. Both are correct. Okay? Hello?
Mhm.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So I have a question, Behzad. There's a number 10 on Mr. Johnson's mask in here. Does that mean anything? On a mask?
Number,
Does it have a
I
medical
don't
meaning?
know.
I don't know either. I just thought that maybe there's a meaning in here. That's something medical or something. But even in the text, they just refer to it as a mask that has number 10 on it. And they don't explain it. So I thought maybe it's something medical. So it's not medical, huh? It doesn't have anything to do with
I
medicine.
think so.
Hmm.
Yeah, we have some specific masks like N95,
Yes.
FFP2, but number 10 for mask, I don't know, but I can search and find the answer,
Oh, okay.
maybe.
Thank you. Okay. I searched a
Thank
little
you.
bit, not much. I couldn't find anything that was related. But I'd be happy if you could help. It's just something that's bugging me.
Thank you.
I don't know the meaning. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you, Shireen. Thank you, Behzad.
Thank
See you
you.
again
Thank
next session.
you.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye, dear.
Yeah,
Yes.
thank you
Bye
very
bye.
much.
Bye bye.